Some things never change, do they? From activists not understanding how to create something for criticism, to pretty women being an absolute menace to ugly fat chicks and feminist dudes, all the way to the vicious cycle when they finally claim that Amelie was promised to them 3,000 years ago. Because history is meant to repeat itself, as it did with Laura, Bayonetta, 2B, and Eve. The war on female attractiveness is the most timeless complaint in modern age. Gaming, actresses, anime, it's so tiresome. But few people argue the double standards of it. And they are immeasurable. The amount of shit gacha for men gets compared to gacha for women is insane. The clearest example is Love and Deep Space, which, I'ma be honest, look at these dudes.
Gravity starts and ends with you.
Imagine being 6'2" and having gravity manipulation. Fuck, he's so hot. No wonder it's over 50 million downloads and over 650 million in revenue. But no one chastised this or set a hunt on this stuff. Even dudes are silent or supportive of it, most of the times. But when a girl is simply good looking in comparison, it rages on a witch hunt and countless wars in social media. All this because of jealousy. It doesn't matter how lewd they come, they will always receive backlash. From any dead or alive girl playing volleyball with almost nothing on, to Tali Zora from Mass Effect not being able to show skin. Assets will always become a problem no matter how covered they are.
Hold it!
So this is about hating women and boycotting female protagonists? Not really. The reality is that nobody boycotts playing as women, as long as they're hot. There's this misconception that people won't play anything starring a woman. I know more guys that create beautiful women in RPGs than an atrocity. But to convince people to play as a character, they need to be cool. And coolness and allure are close to each other. Design walks along with attractiveness. A character can be appealing as long as they carry interesting design concepts, and it doesn't even need to be complex for it to be achieved. Hornet is appealing and she has like 3 colors and barely any detail. Tifa used to look like this, and everyone would say back in the day they would bang her 100%. The key thing is that appearance walks with behavior. Most of the time, unlikability can be seen from afar even without playing the game. This decade-long battle trying to gaslit the audiences into desiring something hideous is just a lost war. No matter how much you shove them down people's throats, they will never buy it. At its core, beauty sells. I made a video on this very specific topic, you can check it out for even more so I don't repeat myself too much. However, talking about specifics, the delusional idea that everyone across history and all times were ugly is just stupid. And to add salt on the wound, it gives even more room for criticism due to media being fantasy. The whole battle on the comparisons between Knight's Path and 1348 ex voto is a clear example and the reason behind this video. A dispute I don't quite understand why it's happening, maybe because the devs were based, I don't know. But this contemporary mindset is so hard to understand that it deserves some attention. We came to a point where anything pretty or cute is Gunnar coded. Beauty itself has become porn to imbeciles. This also doesn't come as a surprise when we factor the shape of consent. If women are small or cute, they are an allegory for children somehow. Because short girls are but a concept, not a reality. Flat women doesn't exist. They will be man-jawed and 6 foot tall and you'll be portrayed as a frail weak man and you'll like it. The correlation between femininity in essence is now seen as wrong and bad. I'd bet real money that most guys would prefer a covered and elegant Rinoa than any falsely strong woman. A female character can be strong without being overtly masculine. You have thousands of examples that fall under this category. The misconception that strength equals muscles and ugliness is so shallow and a bit disrespectful. Diminishing fan service like that is an attack of culture. Everyone has their own form of fan service which they enjoy. But this right here, the one I'm showing you guys right now, this very one, just one more fan service for you all. They are all universal and very needed, alright. And as a fun little thing here, I thought for long that the war was primarily a racial thing, since the criticisms were always on white girls. But now they're attacking Sheva from RE5? Not only she's arguably one of the hottest black girls in gaming, which are missing on modern video games, But this is a skin you don't even have to use. This skin is also the closest thing to a culturally stunning African warrior gear. It's legit good representation, funnily enough. This just shows how much hotness knows no bounds in color. If gamers were truly that much of misogynists and spiteful towards women, why are they the most marketable gender in media? If you check in with any competitive game with battle passes, the characters to get more skins and love will always be women. Juno dropped in Overwatch and it instantly got flooded with them, arguably outpacing legacy characters like Tracer and Widowmaker. The entire industry survives on dudes wanting to have their characters look cute and hot. I dropped a lot of money on Marvel Rivals a couple of months ago, when I played because of Emma and Luna. And the reason why this matters is because the audience for any respective franchise loves this. It's as simple as day. What dictates direction and design is money. How much it sold and how adored it was on socials. This reminds me of when everyone criticized Demon Slayer for Mitsuri being hot, even though the author Koyoharu Gotoge is a woman. And Demon Slayer, as bad as it is in every single aspect aside from animation, don't fight me, I won't fight you. They are successful and this is one of the reasons for it. It's not ashamed to be what it wants to be and what it can give the audience. Much like Gotoge, any other smart woman understands, loves and wants beautiful girls to relate and connect. They are one of the pillars for commercial success. Alongside gameplay, interesting dialogue are being based like OG Naruto. This aesthetic rule was in question just 15 years ago. Back then we understood and embraced it. And you know what? For some reason the rules for men hasn't changed at all. Curious, huh? I mentioned how much love in Deep Space is adored by women and not even questioned by men. But beauty standards for women aren't as simple as men's. You may be delusional and find Triss hotter than Yennefer, that's okay, everyone can be wrong sometimes. But even I, with the right opinion that Yen is better, I won't deny that Triss is hot as fuck. And I would fumble that 100%. But the female gaze is more subjective. It's more common for them to find certain characters attractive due to personality than men. Sure, some men will have a thing for GLaDOS, but not all men. But the phenomenon is more present within the opposite sex. However, when we talk about physical beauty surrounding male characters, they aren't toned down that easily and never a point of discussion. Demonization of sexiness can only ever be found when we are portraying a woman. For no one bats an eye on mods to make Leon butt naked or how down bad everyone is for him, especially now with the new RE9. The thirst for hot dudes is more acceptable and less problematic, and maybe it will always be like that. And the real takeaway here is, don't buy this piece of shit